We're going through the coronavirus pandemic, but you still need a house. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty, and today we are going to talk about those buyers who you have to move and we are in quarantine. How are you going to do it? But before we get into it, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll be notified. Oh, and click the notification button too. Duh, I forget to tell you that sometimes. That way you're notified when I post a video. Also, connect with me on social. I am doing some fun stuff on social media that you all need to be a part of. On Instagram, I am Rosemary the Realtor, and on Facebook, Rosemary Lewis. Okay, so we are still in quarantine. And you know what? I'm getting the hang of it a little bit. I actually put on some lip gloss today. How about that? But we're in quarantine, but life has not stopped for a lot of us. People are still moving, people are still having babies, people are still going to work, kids still have to learn. We just have to do it in a different way. And I am hearing a lot about buyers who you either you have plans to move this summer, so you need to be finding your new home now, or what will this look like on the buying side for you once we are out of this? So I want to take a few moments to talk about it. So first of all, it is always a great idea to become a homeowner. Just to have your own investment. If you're gonna pay to live, you might as well pay into something where you can gain equity and where you can actually fire your landlord. So let's just get that out of the way. I don't care what we have going on. He who owns wins. Okay, that's generally the way it goes in this world. So if you are currently looking and trying to figure out how am I going to find a house while we go through the corona pandemic, don't worry about it. We have you covered. The very first thing that I'll say, and you already know, is that we want to really narrow down and understand your purchasing power. So whether you're purchasing with cash, whether you're buying with a lender, I'll tag that video here somewhere about understanding your purchasing power, but we need to be ironclad on that, because guess what? We don't have time to waste, because we don't want you to be walking through a whole lot of houses that aren't going to meet your criteria, one being price, okay? So understand your purchasing power. The next thing that I would suggest is that you get with your real estate agent and you get very clear on what the things are that you are looking for in your home. That way your agent can be very, very, very specific in the criteria in which they are searching for you. And then you're not wasting your time looking through properties that, let's just be honest, we don't want to be in 100 houses right now. We want to find the one. Okay, so be very clear on that criteria, share with your agent. Before you view any home in person, make sure that you do some sort of virtual tour of it. Many agents, many listing agents right now have videos available of properties, 3D videos and things like that. If nothing else, if you like the pictures and those things aren't available, ask your agent, your buyer's agent, the one representing you, the buyer, if they can reach out to the listing agent to see if you can have some sort of video component done before you actually go to see a property. So that if that looks like the seller walking you through on FaceTime, just showing you the flow of the home, I think that would be so helpful and alleviate a lot of wasted time. Why? Because sometimes the photos don't show the true story of a home. So for instance, if I have a small laundry room in a home that I am listing, that you may not be able to really get a good feel for that size on the picture, but if someone is walking through with video, then you can automatically eliminate and say, oh no, that's not going to work. I have 10 kids. We have way more laundry than that. So to do a video component, some type of virtual component before you actually go to see would be amazing. Next thing is, if you are going out to look at properties in person, use every safety precaution imaginable. Now, in most cases, the listing agent will require you all to fill out a form just saying that you have not been in contact with anyone who has been in contact with COVID-19, or that you aren't at risk. I would say you all need to request that same information from the homes that you're going to see, because guess what? What if you're going to see a home from someone who's on the front lines treating COVID patients? You as the buyer also have a right to know what their interactions have been. When you do go to the homes, don't touch anything with your bare hands. Go in masked, go in gloved, and take your own. We are suggesting for listing agents to have them available, but in case they aren't available, take your own gloves, take your own mask when you go to walk a home, and try to limit your touch. And if at all possible, please leave your kiddos at home with an older sibling or someone who is already in your home being quarantined with you, because kids like to touch things, they like to move around, and we just don't want anyone to be exposed. So I suggest only having the decision makers who will be at the properties to go ahead and walk the properties if you do. And hopefully it'll just be 2 or 3, because you've done such a good job vetting those properties that you want to go see ahead of time, that you already know which ones are going to be viable prospects for you. Those are a couple of my suggestions when you are going out to look at homes. And I promise you, this now is still a very great time to become a homeowner. It is a vibrant market. Interest rates are still historically low, and a lot of sellers right now are very motivated to get their home sold so that they can move on to the next chapter of their lives. Thank you so much for being a part of this video. If you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I service Collin and Denton County. I would love to have an opportunity just to talk to you about your home buying goals and how I can help you get there, because I know that I can help you get there. I hope that you are home and staying safe and taking care of your family and making a lot of memories in this time. And I also hope that you are online shopping for your next home, because that definitely can be a reality in 2020. Y'all have a good one.